Crypto. Even though I stay on the grind and I get dough. Yeah, man, I get dough. I don't want fiat money no more. Pay me in crypto. Pay me all in crypto. Even though I stay on the grind and I get dough. Yeah, man, I get dough. I don't want fiat money no more. Pay me in crypto. Pay me all in crypto. Now, the banks can't control it. The government can't either. Two examples of this currency, Bitcoin and Ether.
Great day, another opportunity. That thing was rocking. I wanted to keep it going, but as you always know, on a Rich Education podcast, we're going to end it with what we began with, right? So I hope everyone is doing well. Great day, another opportunity. And as always, as I keep my prayers going, as always, I keep just praying for the blessings, and they just keep coming. And I've been dripping on this great brother, because let me tell you something. You continue to walk by people and not speak. You can continue to walk by people and not compliment them. You continue to walk by people. You never know who you're going to meet, because that person that you walk by, you don't say hi to, you don't compliment, might be a blessing in your life. And I tell you, man, time is moving so fast. And it's been years ago when I got a chance to meet this great young man. And the conversation just was so abundant day one because of the mindset. I mean, I'm just sitting there, man. I needed to have a notepad, but since then I've been taking notes because this young brother Delonte, we call him Tay as well, has been just blazing the storm, and he's giving me and giving us, the community, some of his time. As we know, time is an asset to share some nuggets with us in the new space, this new economy that we're living in. Dear brother Delonte, can you hear me, brother, loud and clear?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, brother, and I hear you loud and clear too, brother. You looking sharp as always, brother, and I want to thank you for joining us. And I'm not going to belittle the time, brother, because I know you're constantly working 7 days a week, entrepreneur, and as an entrepreneur, it's always work to do, great people, especially on your level of business, what you're doing, and the value you're bringing in the critical time that we're living in here, not just in America, but globally. So I want to dive right into this information, brother. I had a few questions to ask. Brother, what's new? What's going on with you lately, brother?
Lately, man, I basically took a step back from like holding the Twitter spaces so I could be able to focus on trading. It was one of those things where, being a businessman, you have to, learn how to pivot at any time. You get what I'm saying? So that's where I kind of pivoted to, is like, until I'm looking for grants and until I'm looking to get loans, which is definitely not the time to go seeking a loan right now. And I'm pretty sure those grants are not coming, anytime soon right now, especially with the U.S. debt within the economy. So I doubt if, those things will be coming right now. So again, have to pivot and get it myself. So I taught myself some skill sets to be able to go and get it myself.
Absolutely, brother. And I like that word pivot, man. And this is what episode 12, Prepping for Prosperity. Insights from Delonte on finance and preparation. I like that because when you mentioned that word pivot, and many people, with all due respect, aren't pivoting because of the mindset. It's never talking about people, brother Delonte, because a lot of people have good intentions, but that mindset of the matrix that's been downloaded since we were little. And just we thank God that we've been able to step outside the box and share with people the importance of stepping outside the box. Brother, as a self-taught businessman, could you share some key lessons and experiences that have shaped your journey in creating and managing your clothing line, Jet Urban Fashion, brother? What an amazing clothing line too, brother.
Thank you. So for me, like one of the biggest lessons that I learned with having this clothing brand was pretty much not getting stuck on a treadmill. And what that means is, usually when you work in a 9 to 5 and stuff like that, or you have your own business, you tend to, put this, your money goes into your supplies, your products, your marketing, your business legality documents and stuff like that. So it takes a lot of money from you. So when you look back and you realize, like, damn, a lot of my money that I made is gone. Where'd it go? You start to realize it went towards those things, and that's not even including transportation and pop-up events and et cetera, et cetera. But then I started to realize, well, you got to find a way to, you know, make money work for you. That's the only way for you not to be on this treadmill. And if you think about going back to the streets, where you basically going to take 10 steps back at the end of the day.
Yes, sir.
I was like, well, you got to figure out another way to go about this. So that's where I ran into crypto at the time. I always thought stocks was like a scam, and I never wanted to get closer to it. But that was just my fear. That was just my fear of the unknowing, because all investment markets are manipulated. You just have to know how to pivot through it and basically have an understanding of your indicators, your risk management, and things of those nature, not having, you know, the fear of missing out on those things. So yeah, that's one of the biggest lessons I would say in business is knowing, or at least that's one of the things, but knowing how to pivot, knowing how to make your money work for you. And yeah, some other things as well, but you know, as we progress and continue to conversate, more things to come back to.
Absolutely, brother. I appreciate you sharing that. It's because of you and your beautiful brand, brother. And then when I was wearing your hat, people would compliment me on that hat, brother. The design that you have, so unique and just so direct. And it's because of you, brother, I was able to put my logo onto this material, and that same company, brother, that produced it. Yeah, so I appreciate you, brother, for dropping nuggets. And I want to apologize to the community. I get so excited at times to be blessed just to connect with such champions, man, that's been on the Rich Education Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 13. Time is moving. Okay, so I got to say that again. Time is moving. Episode 13, Prepping for Prosperity, Insights from this great young man, Brother Delonte, also known as Tay, on finance and preparation. Brother, when we first met, I never forget, you shared with me your NFT project. Now, NFTs have gained significant attention. Can you explain how you ventured into the world of NFTs and your projects, and also some of the things that have changed, and you know, how you perceive the role of decentralized assets in the future?
Yeah, great questions. I would say for the first question, as far as why I started the NFT project in itself, I just saw the value in it. I saw the value in blockchain. I knew that I had a passion for creating, so that was like the first reason I jumped into it. And you know, I'm a very artistic person, so I saw that part immediately. But
yes,
what I really saw about it was, oh wow, I can basically put things that will hit the subconscious onto the blockchain, you know, whether that's inspirational quotes, whether that's art, whether that's, you know, imagery, whatever the case is, that will help other people, or whether that's history, and put those things on the blockchain, and it can't be removed. It can't be, you know, removed from the internet. It's there on the blockchain. And it couldn't be altered, you know? So when I saw those things, like, oh wow, you could put art, you could put history, you could put motivational quotes, things that will help progress people.
Yes, sir.
I definitely want that on the block. I want to be a part of that, you know? So that's where I came into NFTs. But then once I stepped into it, I really started to understand how NFTs could be used. And NFTs could be used, let's just say, for instance, because there will be a point in time where these things start to roll out. It's just a part of adoption, right? Things have to come in layers.
Yes, sir.
But NFTs specifically, when I think about it, like imagine going overseas to a hotel or to a resort specifically, right? And you go to this resort, but before you get there, you pay for the NFT. And let's say for the NFT says you get to have this room for 30 days, right? This resort you get to have for 30 days. Well, guess what? What if you don't stay on the trip for the whole 30 days? And you want to go ahead and get some of your money back? Well, now you might possibly be able to rent this room out to someone else. You get what I'm saying? So I think about those type of experiences. We're already seeing the experiences of NFTs for like what was it, like Broccoli Fest or Coachella, things of that nature. So you know, if you want to be able to get into the party or the club or whatever the case is, you have to have that specific NFTs. And NFTs, each NFTs comes with different experiences depending on which one you have, because all of them are not the same. So yeah, that's what I saw with NFTs, and that's what made me jump into it.
Absolutely.
As far as the second question, I remember there was a second question. If you could go ahead and repeat that for me.
Absolutely, brother. And I asked you, how do you perceive the role of decentralized assets in the future? And as we know, the future is right now.
Yes. So,
Yes,
so
sir.
yeah, definitely right now. So yeah, if people thinking that is not here yet, think again. It's already here.
Absolutely.
So if you're not panicking right now, then that means you're late to the party. And then when I say panicking, that means we understand that so many things are going on in the world, and we have to be able to pivot and do things that will put us in the best position by the time
That word.
those
Yes,
things
sir.
arrive. You get what I'm saying? So,
Yes, sir.
um, my specific outlook on decentralized, I think it gives power to the people ultimately. I mean, I think people have gotten so comfortable with giving government so much control over their own lives. That when it comes to managing their own lives, they don't know how to do it. And that's one of the key points in a decentralized spaces. One of the things we always say in a decentralized spaces: not your keys, not your crypto.
Wow.
And that's one of the ways we're so used to putting our money inside of banks and allowing for the banks to control and regulate our money. And they're sitting up here trading our money while we're just sitting it in the bank. They're trading it and making profits on it while it's losing value over time while we just sit it there.
Wow.
So I think it gives people, security. I think it gives people control over their own finances. I think it allows for growth. It just allows for a lot of growth to happen because you're taking away power from corporate institutions and giving it to the people, because they get to manage their own money. And as long as these things aren't, let's say, securities, then it has a chance to be able to flourish within the ecosystem, so within a decentralized ecosystem. So, yeah, it's so many things to touch on that topic, but overall, I believe decentralized just offers two things. It gives you the ability to control your own finances, and then it also makes everything transparent. So if government, let's just say hypothetically speaking, if governments was to go make a transaction with another company, these things aren't out yet, but as we know about the Fed now, they have released that. But
Yes,
let's just say, for instance, if the government goes and does a deal with someone, we get to see that wallet address. We may potentially get to see that wallet address, and it verifies that it's owned by a specific government entity, and then we could track where that money went. So if you can follow the money, then you can ultimately know what's coming next, or you can find the truth if you're able to follow the money. So that's why I believe in blockchain decentralization.
great information, brother. Oh man, you dropping nuggets, black man. And when it comes to NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and decentralization, a lot of people still don't get it. And we're not knocking anyone. Once again, that programming
Right.
has really damaged us. And I never put down teachers, brother Delonte. I mean, we honor and respect our teachers. I mean, individuals go to school to come out to be educators. But once we really accept information outside the box and understand who controls the information that's downloaded into the school teachers, that they can change the system of downloading into the young people. When we hear something like this, and we hear the word Matrix, we sit in front of the movie The Matrix, and we don't know they're really telling us something that is serious, brother, that we don't want to snap out, because you drop some jewels that some may not have understood, but that is the now. You're talking about the now, brother Delonte, and this is serious, man. So decentralization is important. It's very important now, and to understand what's happening to the centralized banks and how they want to control. So I thank you for that information, dear brother. Trading, gold, and silver investments are diverse financial pursuits. How do you approach these different aspects of wealth building, brother? And what advice do you have for those looking to diversify their investment portfolios?
Yeah, so two great questions again. Thank you for having me as well, because you're knocking it out the ballpark with these questions.
Brother. Thank you, brother.
Absolutely. The first one I would say, the way that I pivot, or the way that I maneuver with, handling which one should I be, investing into, or which one should I be going heavy into as opposed to others. Let me first off say that I'm in stocks, forex, gold and silver, as well as crypto. And I plan on getting in real estate next. I'm definitely trying to get in real estate next.
Yes, sir.
But it's okay. The reasons why I invest in crypto is because, again, when you think about the evolution that's happening with a new monetary financial system, I'm understanding where that's going, so I'm progressing in that area. I want to accumulate it as much as possible, specifically to cryptos who have a track record of partnerships, collabing with people, a track record of basically consistency, a track record of innovation. So looking at those things, I'm looking at those companies for the long term. It's almost like basically, not taking. I always tell people it's a difference between gambling and the educated risk.
Like that. Yes, sir.
Gambling, you're just shooting in the dark and you hope you hit something.
Right.
And that's what you usually see a lot of people who betting on sports and doing parlays. They don't really go and do the data analytics. They just, I think this is going to happen, and they just shoot off in the dark.
Right.
But an educated guess is backtracking on that data that you've seen, and that it's never going to be always the same, but it's definitely going to rhyme. So your likelihood of being successful in that trading is more highly likely because you're looking at that back data that's been proven over time.
Yes, sir.
So that's how I take my approaches in trading. As far as the investment side of it, like, okay, for gold specifically, I'm thinking about World War III and things of those nature, right? World War IV, excuse me. But at the end of the day, thinking about these things, it's like, okay, well, what if, China and Russia gets involved and they already made threats about hitting us with an EMP missile. For the people who don't know, an EMP missile is an electromagnetic pulse, basically weapon at the end of the day. Already have it. It's something that's called directed energy weapons. They already had it. Government, U.S. had it patented. I forgot exactly what year, but it's roughly been about at least 7 years since they had it patented.
Yes, sir.
So these things do exist, and I don't want to get too deep with it, but as we saw in Maui was a big land grab for a lot of the hedge fund companies that has elected, basically BlackRock, Fidelity. I mean, not Fidelity, Wisdom Tree and Vanguard have electric companies over there. And man, it's crazy. They have electric companies over there, so they essentially got a big insurance payout for what happened over there in Maui. So I believe it was a land grab. As we know, they kept a lot of people inside of Maui and didn't allow them to leave. And why wouldn't you allow them to leave? Well, guess what? If people own their property and they were alive, they're still not going to sell it because that's their homeland. So what do? You try to keep them in there, kill off all of the older generation of wisdom and the young youth, and now you allow, if no one is there to speak on the behalf of that land, well, guess what? Now these companies who own it and these elite, powerful individuals will now come over there and buy up all the land, and whenever they need to run from whatever is happening in society, well, they'll go over there and do it. But yeah, that's another topic. But when you think about World War III, things of that nature, that's what makes me want to get into like the precious metals, and that's why I have been in precious metals, which is silver, gold, and I plan on investing in uranium as well, because when you think about what creates energy, uranium is one of those things, and as we know, U.S. blew up Russia's pipeline. So with them blowing up their pipeline and them being one of the major distributors of oil, then obviously oil won't be the thing that we transition into when it comes to this Agenda 2030 that's on the World Economic Forum. It's also still other things that goes into that, but when it comes to gold and silver, that's why I want to be in precious metals, because if they do hit us with an electromagnetic pulse, and Bitcoin and all these cryptos are offline, what other source of money will we have that will be official or valid? So
yes, sir.
That's why I'm thinking, not thinking, but also actively getting into Bitcoin. Gold and silver. So that's my reasons for precious metals. When it comes to, and then also think about, well, guess what? If the electrical grid goes down, people can't feed themselves, because their food in their fridge is going to be down. So that also makes me think about, well, what if I want to make a trade with somebody? Will I have any valid form of currency? And
Wow.
that will be my valid form of currency to be able to still trade with people, even though we don't have our digital money,
Wow,
because it won't only be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and these other cryptos that's offline. It'll also be the Fed Now system as well. So if the Fed Now system is offline as well, and they want to give out stimulus money or whatever the case is, guess what? They won't be able to do so because they're offline. So that's another reason for me, again, wanting to go heavy on that. But yes, I'm still diversifying because guess what? Even though something goes offline, it'll come back online eventually. So I'm still going into Bitcoin, going into Ethereum, going into XRP, going into Cardano, going into Chainlink, going into Polygon Matic, and there's different reasons for each one of those investments that I made. But those are the reasons why I'm going there. So even though I still have a fear, not necessarily a fear, but just a knowing of what may potentially come in the future.
Yes, sir.
Even though it might go offline momentarily, if that does happen, it'll still come back online. So at least that money that I went ahead and invested into will still be there when I get back.
Man, good teaching, brother. And I know, fam, I know what y'all saying. I need to connect with this brother. Don't worry. All of his connections is going to be right in the description of this amazing podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you it's going to be fire. Prepping for prosperity. Don't take it lightly. Insights from our great brother Delonte, also known as Tay, on finance and preparedness. Excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a 30-second infomercial break, and we're going to be right back with a Rich Education episode 13. Once again, prepping for prosperity with our great brother Delonte on finance and preparedness. The economy that we're living in, ladies and gentlemen, is super important to get financial literacy. And this is what a Rich Education podcast and a Rich Education in general is all about. We want you to be educated. We want you to understand that the economy that we're living in today is no longer our granddaddy's economy or the Brady Bunch economy. So ladies and gentlemen, it's all about protection. It's all about preservation. And it's all about thriving and being able to withstand all of the ramifications that are upon us in this new economy, and the window is small. So if you're the person who wants to win, if you're the person who wants to fight inflation, if you're the person who wants to preserve what they've been working hard for so many years, I want you to text GSB to 202-770-1668 and also visit www.aricheducation.com for more information. It's time for you to win. It's time for you to thrive, and it's time for you to do more than survive, because we're living in a new economy, and the number one economy is the economy in your home. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you back to a Rich Education podcast with my great brother, my friend, brother Delonte. Oh my gosh, episode 13, prepping for prosperity. Don't take these words lightly. Insights from our great brother on finance and preparation. Brother, before we went into the break, your understanding of the economy and economic pressures facing America is noble. Because, you dropped some nuggets on that. What factors do you believe contribute to the current economic landscape, and how can individuals navigate these challenges?
I think one of the major contributing factors is greed of governments, of these major corporations. That's one of the biggest reasons. And due to that greed, third world countries are starting to realize, you know what, if we just band together and come together, we can devalue and overthrow the US dollar. And that's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing happening now. Because if inflation is high over here, then ultimately that inflation has to be real over in other countries that's not as strong as this economy. So with knowing that, you have BRICS nations, which is, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So
teach me that, brother. Yes, sir.
When you think about that, you're like, oh, well, that's only, 5 countries. I mean, 5, countries at the end of the day, when in reality, it's actually 19 that I saw on Bloomberg, and I'm pretty sure it's more than that, but it was
Absolutely.
19. It was 19 other countries that essentially have applied to be a part of BRICS nations. So as we know, US is big on divide and conquer. So
Yes, sir.
when you understand it, that's one of their biggest plays in their playbook, and you start to see other countries coming together. Well, obviously, it's something real is going to be coming about that if the government's plan. I mean, the U.S. is big on divide and conquer, but these other countries are coming together. So understanding that not only are they coming together, they're bringing their economy together, and then they're also going to back it up by the gold that each country has available.
Wow.
So even though it might not be a lot of gold for just one country, well, guess
Yes,
what?
sir.
When you band together, now you become more powerful. And as we know, in order to win, if you want to win a war, you have to have enough money, because you have to pay for the boots that's going to be on the ground. You have to pay for the military equipment. You have to pay for the resources. You have to pay for information. This, that, and third. So that's just how a part of the game, a part of that war game, right? So when you understand that and realize, like, oh wow, people are not going to be able to survive in this hyperinflation, and then a lot of the things that we need come from third world countries. They don't come from over here. They come from third world countries.
Yes,
So
sir.
if they're banding together and a lot of the things that we need comes from third world countries, then they're going to elevate the prices on us. Just like what we were doing to them, they're going to do to us. So you have to expect those things, right? So that's why I'm big, that's why I'm big on pivoting into gold, silver, Bitcoin, crypto. Like I said, next is real estate. But until until these investments flip the way that I needed to, I won't be in real estate until that, until that day happens.
Man, good teaching, big brother Delonte. And a key thing, a statement that you made earlier during the podcast, that you didn't want to go too deep. No, go deep, because the deep we gotta go deep with them, because they may not understand some of the language, but the deep part is going to be when, if people hear this information and then jump on it immediately to get more knowledge so they can make moves. Because knowledge is power only when you implement it, and you know that. So never speaking to you about it, brother Delonte. I'm speaking to the community and to the people who hear this. So what's going to be deep is when all of their investments get wiped out. Their 401k, their pensions, and all of these other things that they've been banking on. And great people, always remember that your brother Demi doesn't want this to happen to you. But if you ignore information, because this is how the rich get richer and the poor middle class get wiped out. The rich get richer because what? They network. I met a brother that I'm learning from on a consistent basis. I network. They network. They have people they learn from. They drop egos. They drop arrogance. And they move out on the information. So, brother, now we got to bring it to the people, because the window is short. We don't have a lot of time. So this is why we got to drop bombs on them. But we love you. It's a bomb of love. That's all it is.
And to touch on what you just said, you said if people choose to ignore it, I want to give two definitions, because I'm big on words, right? And wordplay.
Yes, sir.
I'll just side note real quick. That's why if you notice, when I texted you, I didn't call it an interview. I called it a session. It was a reason before that. And for the people who are viewing this video, just separate the word enter and view, and look up those words by themselves, and you'll realize why I don't use certain words, right? And then we also understand that when you spell something, you know, ing is the act of doing something. So ing plus spell equals spelling. So when you're spelling something, you're basically casting you're in the progress of casting a spell by way of communication, whether that's verbal, body language, but that's ultimately what spelling means. So that's why grandmothers used to say, what is power in the tongue? Watch what you say.
Yes, sir.
So it's things of that nature. But I wanted to say that when you think about there's the word stupid, and then there's the word, it's an I word. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart.
Is it ignorant?
Huh?
Is it ignorance?
Ignorant, right? So when you're ignorant, I wouldn't say ignorant, because ignorant is you knowing and you're just choosing to not move forth in something. No, I think it is ignorant. Ignorant, I think,
is lack of knowledge.
Yeah, ignorant is the lack of knowledge. So yeah, you're right. Ignorant is the lack of knowledge. So what that means is somebody might not have that information. So if you don't have that information, yes, that is ignorant. But if you do, if somebody comes to you and presents you with this information, and you choose out of fear, because most people fear the unknown. I don't know where I'll end up after this. I don't know how this journey may look. So you know what? I'm going to do the thing that, well, not me specifically, but people tend to do things that keep them in a comfortable space, you know?
Yes, sir.
People don't like uncomfortability. So when people choose to ignore the information and not the information that's been brought to them, and they don't go and do their own due diligence, and they choose to ignore it, that's called stupidity. So people have a choice, and once that choice is brought to you and you choose not to, well, you're choosing to, or that person is choosing to be stupid. So I wanted to kind of just iterate on that.
Man, good teaching, brother. And we all have choices.
Right.
God has given us free will to make choices. And once again, man, good teaching with that, brother. Once again, it's just understanding the science behind what's happened to our brains, because we went into their system. Their system is about building their dreams in their world, and we see their world crumbling. That's what the school system is all about. So it's a serious download that has happened to us, and many stay in that down. Majority stay in that box. Good people, once again, good intentions, never putting you down, but my brother is bringing that down. We don't want you to stay in that state. Like one of my mentors said, he has a PhD, means poor, helpless, and desperate. Okay, and he doesn't have the public, and it's not putting people down, but look at what it's made people. I've met people with PhDs, doctorate degrees, that say they know a lot about nothing. So let's move forward, brother, because you bring in facts, and this is the information that we need. Being a prepper, you emphasize on being prepared with essential items at home. So I'm kind of going back on some stuff you said, because you bring in stuff that's essential to us. Brother, what motivated you to adopt this lifestyle, and what essentials do you consider crucial for others to have in preparation for unseen events?
Yeah, so for me, it started with business. I wouldn't have went down this road if I wouldn't have became an entrepreneur.
Yes,
I would have probably been out still blowing money, still hanging with friends, going to clubs, getting foreign on foreigns, and going to casinos, entertaining females, things of that nature. But again,
yes,
through business, I started to realize, like, understanding investments, understanding the difference between liability and assets. And trust me, we have a lot of liabilities. Not only, we have a lot of liabilities in our life, and I'm talking about people. But once you start to go through that unlearn, relearn process, a lot of you just starts to change and grow. And the things that you used to be attracted to, or the things that you used to want to be a part of, no longer holds interest or any weight to you. So that's the reason why I came about this journey, how I got here. The things that I would say is essential, looking into the kitchen as I speak.
Yes, sir.
I'm big on, water, getting like basically carton water, not getting the water that's basically in plastic and such, because as we know, plastic causes cancer and things of that nature. So I don't want to continue to do the things that I've been used to doing. It might cost me a little bit of extra money to get them, but at least I'm stocked up on them. Another thing that I'm stocking up on is canned goods, pantry items, canned goods, things of that nature. Also, I would say if you get you some stuff that operate off solar, whether that's a solar, one of the things that I got in the backyard is a solar cooker. So when if power goes out, I need to cook food. I still want to have a hot meal and not have to, eat like, just basically straight out the can all the time. You don't want to do that. You want to be able to diversify within your meal. So
makes sense, bro. Yes, sir.
I do have that, so I don't get bored with my meals if we come through those type of times. Canned goods, waters. I will always also say, which I haven't invested into yet, but trust me, I'm planning on buying this as well. But it's one of those basically solar refrigerators, or solar, not a solar fridge, but like a solar cooler or a solar freezer. So as the sun is out, it can charge up that solar cooler, and at least I'll still have food to be able to eat until I know how to grow my own plants, which I didn't tell you that, but I started planting too.
Oh man, congratulations, brother. Man, congratulations, brother.
I got some apples, some passion fruit, some grapes, and some kiwis growing outside right now. So
Brother, wow, bro. I'm so happy for you and the family, brother. That is such a blessing, brother. Yes, sir. Thanks for sharing those nuggets. And it's funny you bring that up because, you know, our diet is not funny, but it's important because people see this and don't take it serious. So when you mentioned the solars, I was blessed to get a solar generator that will at least power up a toaster oven, power up other essential things that's important, gas generator that's able to power up a refrigerator, you know. So these things are important, great people, because we're in the time. So this is what I mean. Knowledge is power, but you got to act on what my brother is talking about. Even with what we're putting in our body, you're now growing food that you have from seeds, you know, are pure seeds. So when you can get the nutrition in your body as we move forward in these times, because we're going to need it, taking care of your health and all. I just came from the farmer's market getting real food, real broccoli, real cauliflower to put in the vessel that we have, brother. Man, so much power. I already knew it when my brother was coming on. I was so excited when he gave me some of his time. Great people. We're going to take a 30-second infomercial break. Once again, prepping for prosperity. Insights from this king right here, our brother Delonte, on finance and preparation. We're going to take a 30-second infomercial break. I'm so excited you all are tuning in with episode 13 right here with A Rich Education. We'll be right back. Here at A Rich Education, we understand the importance of financial literacy. And with the 14,000 hours of education given to us by the system, there was zero financial knowledge. And also sitting at the dinner table with our parents, they didn't teach us much about money. So with that being said, here at A Rich Education, we want to give you what's valuable for the current economy. And in uncertain times, call for smart financial moves. With high inflation, recession fears, and economic crisis looming, it's more important than ever to protect your hard-earned money. The way? Physical gold and physical silver. Gold has served as a trusted store of value for thousands of years. When other assets decline, gold holds its ground. Just look to history. During economic collapse, political unrest, natural disasters, those who own gold and silver were able to preserve their wealth. Today's global economy is on shaky ground. Out of control government spending, a troubled banking system, the threat of a new recession. Your savings and investments, your retirement face huge risk. But physical gold and physical silver in your possession can offer stability in stormy seas. As past crises have shown, those unprepared often see their nest eggs shattered. Retirement accounts once again demolished. Financial security gone in a blink. Don't let this happen to you. You can take control and protect your future with the proven power of physical gold and physical silver, and we have the answer. Whether it's gold bullion bars, beautiful gold coins, numismatic, or innovative new digital gold options, diversify your holdings with real physical gold and physical silver in small transaction-friendly weights. Guard against inflation, market volatility, and economic turmoil. Give your family lasting financial peace of mind. The winds of crisis are gathering, my great people. Destabilizing forces threaten your financial future. But you have the power. You have the power right now to take action. Protect your hard-earned money. Preserve your purchasing power. Provide your family's well-being. With physical gold and physical silver on your side, you can weather any storm and stay vigilant and stay protected. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time to own gold today. I want to welcome everyone back to A Rich Education Podcast, episode 13. We moving right along, great people. Can't thank God enough. Prepping for prosperity. Also, ladies and gentlemen, coming from not just anybody, but coming from a champion who is jumped outside the box all the way. And when you're not just doing it for yourself, but you're bringing information to other people around the world. And brother Delonte is surely doing that with us this evening. I got my notepad out. I hope you got yours, or you're going to push replay. And also remember, great people, subscribe, like, share. Hey, make a comment. We want to hear, even if you disagree, make a comment here in the feed, because we want to know your thoughts on this information. Brother Delonte, financial education is one of your areas of expertise.
Yes.
How do you approach educating others about finance and the key principles? And what key principles do you emphasize, especially in the context of today's economic uncertainties?
Man, that was a good one. So if you can repeat that for me one more time, because I slipped off.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. I know, and now they're learning that financial education is one of your areas of expertise, because you've been giving us some nuggets on decentralization and the owning of precious metals. How do you approach educating others about finance? And what key principles do you emphasize, especially in the context of today's economic uncertainties?
Yeah, when it comes to how I educate everybody, it's all about simplicity with me. It's one of those things, right? If a person doesn't understand the terminology, then they won't understand the actions to put behind it. We have to understand the words that's being taught to us first, right? And once we understand those words, we get a better comprehension for things. And when we get that better comprehension, then we feel more inclined to want to go further and deeper into that information or that knowledge that's being I guess progressed to us or transferred to us.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, it's all about simplicity with me. And that's my way of learning as well. Just like I said, I'm big on wordplay, so I like to go to the root of the word. So when you get the root of the word, you get the actual meaning, and it really hits a certain way. When you separate certain words, it literally hits you. I don't know. I get an energy. I literally feel an energy when, because when you hear the word interview, for example, you just think, oh yeah, it just means I'm going on another job.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that.
I'm going to go try to get another job. But
yes,
then when you separate those words, enter means to place a corpse, and view means to view from another perspective. So that means that someone is viewing you from another perspective to figure out where they're going to place the body. So when you break it down like that, it hits you a different way and be like, damn, y'all just look at me as a corpse. So now you're psychically, through your mind, you're looking at these jobs that come and view you differently. You're not looking at it like, oh, I'm just going to go get another. You're looking at it differently, like that. Oh, you're now knowing that they look at you as a corpse. So if you know those things, you kind of want to move. It makes you want to move differently.
Yes,
so
sir.
Yeah, that's how I approach it. I just want to emphasize in this day and time, at the end of the day, it's all about investing. Especially in this day and time, because if you're just exposed to the dollar, well, yeah, you're done. Put it in, that's all I can really say. You're done.
Yes, sir.
If you're just exposed to the dollar. But if you're not, like I said, one of the things that I'm emphasizing is having your own food supply. Knowing how to grow your own food. If you don't know how to grow your own food yet, go and invest into a solar freezer or a solar refrigerator or something that can keep your food stored, cool, or frozen. So as these times go on, you can still have food to survive off of. Invest into, water, invest into, things that can help you survive in nature. And this is another thing that I'm thinking about. I haven't got my car yet. At first I was thinking about getting a motorcycle, but then I thought about it as these times come about. I don't want to be near civilization. I don't want to be near
yes, sir. I understand.
All of these things that will be unfolding, because people are going to get thirsty. Imagine if people can't feed themselves or their kids or their family, desperation comes. We already know there's a word, AKA, called hangry. When we get hungry, we get angry. And I think at some point, all sanity goes out the window when people are hungry. So
yes, sir.
I expect for a lot of killing, a lot of breaking into homes to try to salvage for food, breaking in stores. We already see it happening with people breaking into different stores now and looting and just running out of the stores with all the merchandise. So if they're doing that with clothes, imagine what's going to happen when food is basically not readily available. Well, then the stores that has food and stuff, those would be the next places. And then once those places don't have food, well, guess what? Now they'll be willing to come to home next. So I would invest in, one thing that I will also emphasize is maybe getting an RV, investing into like an RV. So when it comes to just going on the road and going somewhere, you can be able to do so and be able to have a lot of stuff to be able to move. So like I said, that's one of my biggest things right there that I want to do, is invest into an RV. So when this time comes, power outages, things of that nature, I want to be able to grab necessities, things that are important, people who are important to me, and get on the road and go into a secluded area in the woods and, have equipment that I can essentially be able to build a fort or something underground. But I should have started those things a long time ago, but unfortunately, I didn't and wasn't in the position to at the time.
Yes, sir.
And still, I'm not in the position now to, because again, like I said, I've invested into gold, invested into silver, invested into Ethereum heavy, invested into other altcoins, but those are my investments for the long term. So I do not want to take that and buy an RV and then basically put myself back at, almost the start of where I was.
Yes, sir.
So, when that time comes, like I said, I don't want to be close to society. The thing is, I'm not scared to stay here, but it's just the point of it's chess, not checkers. I'm, again, like they said, putting your pride to the side, putting your pride to the side, putting your ego to the side. Even though I know that I'm the type of, you ever heard of fight or flight? I'm the type of person that I know I'm going to fight, because I've been faced with that experience before. That was a life or death experience. So I know that I'll be on the side of fight. But the thing is, what I've learned is you don't have to fight every battle. Some of them you have the choice to walk away from and still be good at the end of it all. And that's what I'm choosing to do.
Wow, brother. Good teaching, brother. And this title of this particular podcast for episode 13 fits the conversation, because we're talking about finance and preparedness. Right. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad wrote a book called The Fall of America, and also How to Eat to Live. And you just kind of touched on it in a way, because you're speaking of, like you said, if you're just holding on to the dollar, you're done. Great people, we don't want you to be done. We just want you to be prepared. So when we hear this in the book, The Fall of America, it talks about, in this book being written in the 70s, everything that's happening right now, from the wars that we see happening to the fall of the dollar, and also dealing with starvation. And look, our brother Delonte, didn't just say that. The presidents of the United States of America right now, who's in office now, said that there will be famine here in America. So he's bringing facts, he's bringing truth. So great people, we just have a little bit of time to prepare, because when hyperinflation hits our country, you won't even be able to afford what may be left over. So this isn't fear-based. When Brother Delonte was speaking on information in reference to people breaking their homes, he basically was giving us a scenario of Venezuela, who had hyperinflation, 1,500%, Brother Delonte, as you already know, and they had things there such as cannibalism and all types of other things, a deep subject to go into. But as we flash forward to where Venezuela is today, people's money has actually been a savior for them, because they couldn't afford gold, because their currency, the bolivar, went to zero. So crypto has been a savior for them, as they're able to use Bitcoin and navigate through that horrific time in their country. Brother, this has been such an amazing, and I already knew the conversation was going to continue, and it could continue on, but I have to respect my brother's time, because my brother's constantly working. And I got this question as we take this thing and bring it to a close, brother. Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations, both in your personal and professional life? You did share some great things with us about things you want to work towards. And how do you envision contributing to the financial well-being and education of those around you?
So yeah, great question. As far as what I want for myself in the future, long term as well. Obviously I said I want to get into real estate, so that's next as well. But I'm really looking at generational wealth. I think it's bigger than me at the end of the day.
Yes, sir.
Even though I have certain situations where I'm faced with in life, at the end of the day, it's still not about me. It's still about my fam at the end of the day.
Yes,
and even though I might be loving a lot of my family members from a distance, that doesn't mean that I can't put them in a position when I'm gone to be set. I just want them set when I'm gone, and just know that I did all that I could do while I was here. So yeah, that's what it's really about for me, generational wealth. And the ones for the people who, now when it comes to, what am I doing to basically help people to obtain financial freedom and things of those nature. If people follow me on Twitter, I do have a group chat. Actually, Demi, I just added you to it as well, but I do have a group chat over on Twitter.
Yes, sir.
Where we discussing where we think the markets are headed. We're showing our trades, so we're showing our trades, our trade percentages. What else? Like I said, if you want knowledge, if you want to see those trades happening, the proof is in the pudding. It's there. And don't hesitate to be able to get that information. So basically, as I evolve, I take that information and I disperse of it to the people who want that knowledge. So that's what I'm doing. In the future, when the NFT project is live, because like I said, a lot of the building blocks for my clothing brand and for the NFT have been put in place. So at this moment, by the time these investments flip, it's really about basically hitting the ground running.
Yes, sir.
I already, bought a lot of equipment to be basically cut the middleman out for the clothing brand. So when I get back outside and start selling clothes again with this now understanding of how to day trade and invest, I can now take that money that I'll be making and then day trade that and make more money. So that was a skill set that I didn't have before when I was out selling clothes the first time.
Congratulations on that, brother.
I appreciate that, King. I appreciate that.
Elevating, yes, sir.
That part, man. It took a little minute because I was still learning other things like After Effects, Blender, which is 3D building, crypto, stocks. I was learning so many different things all at once, and that's cool because thank God to my ADHD that I have. Because
cool here, bro.
Because with ADHD, we tend to bounce back and forth, through things. But at the same time, I do smoke, not heavily, but I do smoke, so it allows me to slow my mind down and focus.
Much respect, yes, sir.
When I slow my mind down and focus, I'm able to still get this done, but then I'm on to the next thing, because again, that ADHD kicking back in.
Brother.
But yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing, and I think I've been able to master that a little bit. I've gotten better with it, so
yes, sir.
I believe anything that is a what's the word? People call it an illness or a disease, whatever the case is. I think things can still get better. You just have to change your habits. And I also say when I started juicing my own fruits and things of that nature, my mind started to get clear. So, when it came down to things of that nature, that's how I started to look at it. Well, if I, change my habits as far as my actions, if I change my eating habits, things will start to progress. But like I said, the fogginess has ended. I just feel more energetic. That when I used to eat like in the morning, if I would go and eat bacon, things of those nature, I would feel sluggish. But when I drink fruits in the morning, I actually feel more energy throughout the day. So yes, my productivity increases, and things of that nature. So I definitely cannot stress enough. Your health is wealth. If you ain't eating right, then essentially, you won't be able to push forward and have the energy to go and chase those dreams in the real world.
Man, good teaching, brother. It's been such a blessing, man, with these nuggets, and congratulations on all you're doing for self, but not just doing for self. As you develop the leadership within yourself and the energy within yourself, mentally and physically, you're feeding it to the world. Great people. I know you're saying, Demi, don't forget to put my brother's information. So his Twitter information, his information to Jet Urban Clothing, his Instagram, all of my brother's contact information is going to be down in the feed. So you make sure you connect, follow. You want to learn a trade? There we go. Jet Urban. You want to learn a trade? You want to understand all this? My brother's transparent. He's going to answer your questions. You want all these things. He has a well-diversified lifestyle of all of the components that's well needed moving forward in this new economy. Brother, it's been an honor and it's been a pleasure. And we thank you for your time, brother, giving your presence. We want to have you back on because as things are moving, I know you're adapting to all of the great information and you're feeding it out to the world. So, brother Delonte, I really thank you for your time, big brother, and we're going to stay in touch. Anything you want to leave the community with before we go?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to say we all have a choice when we're faced with information. Don't make the choice to stay in your comfortable zone, and because when you're making the choice to stay in your comfort zone, you're telling yourself, I don't want to grow. So that's ultimately what you're doing. So if you okay with telling yourself that, Again, nothing against it. Teach his own. That's just not my way and my path in my life. But again, at the end of the day, we don't limit yourself. That's all I want to say. Just don't limit yourself. You are not a product of your environment. Yeah, just accountability. I think accountability is the biggest thing. I think in this day and time, being accountable is stopping a lot of people from that growth. So the best thing you could do is be real with yourself, because you know how people say, "Oh, I want a real woman," or "I want a real man." Well, guess what? A real woman or a real man is going to tell you reality. All right.
Woo!
At the end of the day,
yes, sir.
No, accountability is that. You know, if you can't be real with yourself, then don't expect for yourself to change.
Once again, brother, thank you for that reality. Yes, sir. Taking notes, big brother. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks again for your time, brother. I want you to enjoy this. Stay safe. We're going to be in touch, brother. The community thanks you once again, family. His contact information will be in the feed. Get in touch with my brother. Stay plugged in. Remember, one of your main capitals is your social capital, and that's why I'm blessed moving forward, because of the knowledge I get from individuals like brother Delonte moving forward in the new economy. Thanks again, brother, for your time.
Likewise. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, big people. It's been a blessing chopping it up with this wonderful young man. Knowledge is power, but only if you move out on it. Great people, it's been so much good information. I don't need to say anything else, because if you go back from episode 1 to now, episode 13, Prepping for Prosperity, insights. I mean, did you get insights? I know it's hard to take some things, but did you get insights on finance and preparedness? Because he gave it all to you, brother Delonte did. And remember, follow him on his channels. You don't have Twitter, it's now X. Download that. You don't have Instagram, get Instagram, follow him. He's showing you what he's doing. He's very transparent with what he's doing. So we're not bringing any fakers onto the platform. We're bringing real people with real lives, real life situations that's come about, but real actions today. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, you are of the information that you have accepted, and also your life will be based on the information that you have rejected. I want you to take care, take heed, stay safe, and remember, we're no longer in our granddaddy's economy. We're in the new economy. Thank you. Take care.
Crypto. Even though I stay on the grind and I get dough. Yeah, man, I get dough. I don't want fiat money no more. Pay me in crypto. Pay me all in crypto. Even though I stay on the grind and I get dough. Yeah, man, I get dough. I don't want fiat money no more. Pay me in crypto. Pay me all in crypto. Now, the banks can't control it. The government can't either. 2 examples of this currency, Bitcoin and Ether. It ain't no middleman in between the transactions. Digital money on the internet, and you can track it through the blockchains, computer record books. It's secure and way easier to catch a crook. That money you got ain't worth the paper it's printed on. Now pay attention to this drip I'm putting in a song. Even though I stay on the grind and I get dough. Yeah, man, I get dough. I don't want fiat money no more. Pay me in crypto. Pay me all in crypto. Now once you buy your crypto and verify you got it, you gotta take it offline and store it in a wallet. They come in 2 forms, either hot or cold. Imagine digitally having a whole pot of gold. Even though I stay on the grind and I get dough. Yeah, man, I get dough. I don't want fiat money no more. Pay me in crypto. Pay me all in crypto. Even though I stay on the grind and I get dough. Yeah, man, I get dough. I don't want fiat money no more. Pay me in crypto. Pay me all in crypto. Now on this last verse, I need to emphasize, cash is trash, crypto is decentralized. But what you mean, Con? Let me explain. I'm finna make it plain and put my people up on game. Now what if you could put your money in another place, where Uncle Sam couldn't tax it or take it away, and you could keep every dollar that you ever made, then reinvest it in a way to get forever paid. I need that Safe Moon, Dogecoin, Binance, Chainlink, Digibyte, and Polkadot in my hands. If you serious about it and you really with it, hit me up at CoachCon.life and you can get it. Even though I stay on the grind and I get dough, get dough, get dough, get dough, get dough, get dough. Yeah, man, I get dough. I don't want fiat money no more. Pay me in crypto, 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 crypto. Pay me all in crypto. Even though I stay on the grind and I get dough, get dough, get dough, get dough, get dough, get dough. Yeah, man, I get dough. I don't want fiat money no more. Pay me in crypto, 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 crypto. Pay me all in crypto, crypto.